Again, it's an honor to have you guys here and a privilege. When it comes to reorganizations, this is something that we take very, very serious, and we try to have some fun with it. So thank you again for all those that are here today. And we're going to go ahead and start with roll call. So I'll ask our city clerk to do roll call, please.
Councilmember Jackson.
Here.
Councilmember Silva.
Present.
Councilmember Garcia.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Villegas-Walker.
Here.
And Mayor Garzanes.
Present. And I'm going to ask Dr. Edward to maybe lead us in the pledge. And then I'm going to ask, I know we have some pastors in here, but I'm going to ask my father-in-law, Bill Harbison, to come right after him and do the invocation. So Dr. Edwards, would you lead us in the pledge?
My pledge. Please repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let's bow and pray. Father, we thank you for the opportunity to be here this evening as we look back on Alex's successes, and as we look forward, we hope, Lord, that you will bless his life as he goes into whatever endeavor he chooses. Father, we say to you this evening that we love you, and we ask that you would watch over us this evening, and all that we would do would glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. All right. We don't have anything in terms of a closed session, but we do have an item that we want to add on our agenda. So I would entertain a motion to add our agenda, or to add to our agenda an item that we have titled as
Donation of a portion of Valley Center Point Shopping Center.
okay. So I'd entertain a motion to add that to our agenda tonight. Oh, sorry, I thought we were going to have to do it manually. All right. I have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Villegas-Walker and a second from Councilmember Jackson, and that is approved 5-0. With that being said, I think we have some very, very exciting news, and so I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to our interim city manager, Ms. Marcela Piedra.
Yes, and if you can just give me a few minutes to load up a map.
All right. This will only be the only business that we have today other than our very serious business of opening nominations to our incoming mayor.
Sure. Thank you. Good evening, Mayor and members of the council. Very pleased to be before you to give you this information that is going to be very, very important for our city and a great opportunity. And it basically has to do with an offer that was made to the city of El Centro by the owners of what is known as the Valley Center Point Shopping Center, which is the shopping center area where our current library is located on Imperial Avenue. As you know, 5 years ago, we entered into a lease with the owners of this site to have the temporary location of the El Centro Public Library. That lease expired back in September of 2017. When we started talking to the owners, which are Puente del Sol LLC, about renewing the lease or considering what other options we had for the El Centro Public Library, they actually approached us with an offer to consider donating, and the map here you'll see illustrates the area that they're willing to donate to the city of El Centro. This is a map indicating the parcel that is being considered. And so we have been working with them to consider this possibility. And what you have before you tonight is a donation agreement to consider what is approximately 14.7 acres of land with approximately 103,000 square feet of building space. And as if you may recall, many years ago, we had the Sears building there, we had Mervyn's, we had Miller's Outpost, and of course, a variety of different retail shops within this space. This is a great opportunity for our city. You know that about 2 years ago, we went through a feasibility study for the permanent location of a library, and this proved to be the ideal location for that permanent location. So when we were approached about considering this, we really, really looked at it as a very strong opportunity. So now we have the donation agreement, which includes obviously a series of documents, and you have that in front of you, which basically the Puente del Sol is still going to own 2 parcels, which are basically where Imagine School is located, which that, if you can see it on the map, is located to the north of where the El Centro Public Library is located. And then obviously to the south corner there, we have Carroll's, and those will remain under the ownership of Puente del Sol. However, again, they do want to donate to the city that portion that you see within the red lines of this map to the city of El Centro. It's a great redevelopment opportunity for the city. There's many potential, uses that the city can consider. So at this time, if there's any questions regarding, this document being advanced to you, I would be more than happy to answer those.
Well, again, that's great news, especially on the eve of this evening's city council meeting. So I'm going to go ahead and open it up to our council members if they have any questions regarding this tremendous donation that we'll be receiving. Councilmember Jackson, any comments?
Yeah, it's an exciting time for El Centro, and this started, just to give you an example of how long some of these things take. This started a year and a half ago when I was the mayor, when the property owners came to the city and started the negotiations, and it's taken a year and a half and almost 3 mayors to get this done. But and I want to commend our staff and my colleagues, because there's a lot of times where people ask questions and they want to know things, and we had to keep this very quiet during the duration of the last year and a half, and I think that says a lot about who sits up here and who also works for this city, that we were able to move through this process with a level of confidentiality that was comfortable for both us and the building or the property owners to navigate through this and get this deal done. And the potential for El Centro, coupled with the potential for our Measure P funds that happened last year, putting these 2 things together for the future of El Centro is just tremendous. And we have an opportunity now with this property and the Measure P funding that we were able to pass with the help of all of you guys out there, the citizens of El Centro, a great opportunity to really enhance the city of El Centro, the things that we can offer our citizens, and expansion of services for our residents. So I'm very happy that on the eve of handing over to our 3rd mayor while we've started this process, but it's going to be a great year. I think this is a great kickoff. A good send-off for Alex as finishing up his year as mayor, and it's a good kickoff for Cheryl as she takes over the reins. But I think this next year is going to be a tremendous year with us moving forward with the allocation of Measure P funds and now having this facility that we can utilize. So.
Thank you, Councilmember Jackson. Councilmember Silva?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have to say, what a way to leave the mayorship with this tremendous, tremendous donation and tremendous opportunity for the city of El Centro. And I, like Councilmember Jackson, really want to thank our staff. We thank Marcela Piedra, our city attorney, that has been working on this very, very hard. And it looks easy now. We got it, but if you were to know the level of negotiations that took place, the discussions that took place, even as of last week, there were some major issues that the council had concerns over, and between our staff, they were able to manage those and get an agreement from the developer. So, like Councilmember Jackson indicated, I think the opportunities for this is an area that has been blighted for, I don't know how long has that
Years.
shopping center been almost empty, and the opportunities, the options that we have that we will be discussing and enhance the area, bring services closer to our community, beautify the entire Imperial Avenue corridor. It's just fabulous. So I'm very, very thankful to our staff, very thankful to the landowner that has made this very generous donation to all of us. And so This is the beginning of a lot more hard work and contemplating and planning and allocation of resources for this, but ultimately, it's going to be such a beautiful thing for the city. So thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Silva. Mayor Pro Tem?
So just to add a couple of other things, the public documents are available, so this isn't a spoiler alert or anything, but the value of that property that's being donated to the city of El Centro is $8.9 million. And so Christmas came early, I will say, to the city of El Centro. And when I look out in this room, I see some of the most talented and gifted people on the planet. And so I'm looking to you, we're looking to you for your ideas on what we can do with that property, because we really do want to make it a vital part of the city's function and core. So again, kudos to staff for their amazing work, and thank you to the owners for this generous gift.
Councilmember Garcia?
I just have to echo what my colleagues have said before. First and foremost, the effort that the staff and the city attorney put into making this deal happen is amazing. Just the time and effort that it took to negotiate this deal for an $8.9 million donation. And the fact that that coupled with the efforts going along with Measure P, it just opening up so many doors for how El Centro can look in the future. We looked at library sites, we had studies done. We were talking about $17 million to build a library because we had to buy land, we had to build a building. Now we have an existing infrastructure that we can improve that will slash that dramatically. It's just an exciting time, and there's so much more square footage that leaves so much to be just open. We can do so much more with it. And seeing what we can do in the future with it, it's just, as a resident of El Centro, I'm excited.
Thank you. So, enough has been said, but it's not too often that you get a donation of 14.7 acres, and it's truly a testament to our city, not only to our city council, but our staff. A lot of due diligence goes into to accepting the donation, and again, Councilmember Jackson kind of hit the nail on the head, as far as the amount of effort and due diligence that our staff takes into consideration. But again, very exciting times for our city, and again, it's a testament to our leadership and to our staff's leadership and the trust and the faith that they have in our community. So congratulations to Ms. Marcela Piedra and your staff. Thank you. And so with that, I'd entertain a motion to accept this donation. So we do have a motion from Councilmember Silva, and we have a second from our Mayor Pro Tem. We'll go ahead and vote. And that is adopted 5-0. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
We're gonna go. Thank you, Ms. Piedra. We're gonna go ahead and move down. We got a bunch of food and a bunch of exciting things out there. So we're gonna move. Yeah, beer and wine and tea. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and move down to item number 1. I do want to I don't know all the I do know dignitaries here, but I do want to ask our dignitaries just to please stand up. I see County Board of Supervisor Plancarte. Huh? Yeah, Mr. Plancarte. Dr. Adolph, remain standing, please, if you can, Mr. Plancarte. And we have representatives from Ben Wessel's office. Garcia, if you can just stand up, sir. Mr. Hector. NAF El Centro. Tracy, please. We have our warden from MTC.
Our public administrator.
Public Administrator, Miss Rosie Blankenship. I'm gonna ask Mr. Ron Griffin to go ahead and stand up too.
We have my 2 pastors over here along with ICOE representation.
All right. And then we have Chuck Fisher from the school board, Central School Board. Chief Madueño in the back, sir, if you can please. You deserve the honor. Please stand up. Central Chamber of Commerce, Ms. Darletta Willis.
Probation chief.
And we have our chief from probation.
Name everybody.
Yeah. Margaret Salsa, come on up. Steve Walker is All right, guys. Hey,
Yeah.
Matt Desert in the back there.
Everybody.
Air pollution.
Everybody.
Let's go. Hey, guys,
Everybody.
these are great people right here. Thank you. All right. So moving right along, I do have to relinquish my duties and defer to our city clerk. We're going to go ahead and go down to item number 1. This is a pleasure to announce this item. It's the selection of our mayor. So at this time, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to our city clerk for some procedures, nomination procedures.
Thank you. I'd like to announce that nominations are now open for the mayor. Can I
I'd
get a
like
motion?
I'd like to make a motion to nominate Cheryl Vegas Walker for mayor.
I'd like to second that motion.
All right, we have a first and second to nominate Ms. Cheryl Vegas Walker, who will be our 5-time mayor for the city of El Centro. We'll go ahead and vote.
Did you want to say something, Steve?
No, you may object to it or abstain, maybe. So there you go. We have that's adopted 5-0. Congratulations to our 5-time mayor, Ms. Vegas Walker. We'll give you some moments for some comments here in just a minute. Then I'm gonna go ahead. Can I take over duties or no? Oh, that's right. So our incoming mayor, Mayor Vegas Walker.
So this was hilarious. So our last council meeting, Alex was flawless. He opened the public hearings when he was supposed to open the public hearings, and closed the public hearings when he was supposed to close the public hearings. So made it through a year, and you got it right, and just, it was a beautiful meeting.
Yeah.
Beautiful meeting.
The last one.
So at this time, I'd like to open up for a selection of Mayor Pro Tem.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to nominate Edgar Garcia, Councilmember Garcia, for
Second.
Mayor Pro Tem.
We have a motion and a second. Please ballot.
Shoot, I moved it.
We have a new Mayor Pro Tem. Edgar Garcia. So Alex, it's our honor as the council to present this to you. It's the plaque for you. I think this is actually removable. Where's your wife? I saw, okay, you might want to wrap that with something, or I don't know, duct tape it in place or something, but there you go.
All right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Okay, and it doesn't stop there. There's more. So we'd like now presentation of the album of events by our deputy city manager.
Yes, good evening. Basically wanted to present on behalf of the city manager's office. As you know, it's our tradition to basically compile all the exciting news, whether good or bad, that happens within our city. And we started off when you became mayor, Mr. Cardenas, you started off saying that it's exciting times and it was going to be a bright and exciting year for our city, and that's what it's been, and I'm sure it's going to continue being that way. What you'll see here is there's great news that has happened throughout our city. Basically, projects, activities that are, of course, our city departments and also the community has done within our city. So when you go back and you see this and you reflect on it, you'll realize how busy you were as mayor, and how much has really happened in our community. Everything from ribbon cuttings, groundbreakings, exciting times. Of course, there's more exciting times to come, but it's my pleasure to present this to you. As mayor, you've been a great mayor, very supportive of our staff, and of course, me personally. So I really, really appreciate that, and it's been a great year obviously for all of us. So again, as you go through this, you'll realize, because as I was going through it, I said, oh my, we've been really busy. And we will continue being very busy, but it's my pleasure to present this album of events to you.
Thank you. Maybe another couple extra copies.
Okay, At this time, we have a number of presentations to our outgoing mayor, and I'm going to present this one first. This is from Congressman Juan Vargas's office. Staff was unable to attend, but this is United States House of Representatives Certificate of Recognition presented to Alex Cardenas, 2017 Mayor of the City of El Centro. On behalf of the U.S. House of Representatives and the residents of the 51st Congressional District, I would like to commend you on your hard work and efforts towards improving the quality of life for the residents of the City of El Centro. Thank you for your leadership and invaluable service to the community. Dated this 9th day of November 2017, Juan Vargas, Member of Congress. Congratulations. Now I'd like to turn it over to Senator Hueso's office, please, followed by Assemblymember Garcia, and then Chamber of Commerce.
Good evening. My name is Hector Araujo. I'm representing State Senator Ben Hueso. Congratulations to Councilman, or now Mayor Cheryl, and I want to thank Alex Cardenas for his great service to the city of El Centro. The senator thought it was appropriate, and he asked me to come down and present a certificate to you. He's been watching you. He's been watching you closely, and we've met several times, and I think the city is making great strides. We don't always agree, but we always move forward, and that's a relationship we've been building.
So just to clarify, he's on the watch list. Is that what you're saying?
You won't be able to fly for a while. But through your leadership and with the help of this great council, you've made significant improvements to the city. You've advanced policy, you've respected and earned the respect of your citizens. You listen to them, you actually take their calls. You have paving capital, you have a strategic plan, and the list goes on and on and on. And with this last donation, that's quite a way to go out. I won't try to translate it, but cerraste con broche de oro.
Gracias.
With all that said, I'm not even going to read it. I know everybody has things to do. They want to get out and drink beer. Today is my 15th anniversary, so my wife is waiting for me in the car to go to dinner. So we don't want to make her mad on our anniversary. So congratulations, all. Thank you for your service.
Thank you for being here.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Assemblymember Garcia's office?
I'm the picture guy, too.
Good evening. My name is Christian Nunez, and I locally represent Honorable Assemblymember Eduardo Garcia. It is truly an honor to be here. I would like to say congratulations, Cheryl, for your new mayorship. I have no doubt that you'll do an excellent job. Rewinding a little bit of when I met Alex, right? It was when I started working for the member. I'm gonna be really short, even though I don't have an anniversary dinner to go to, but I'm gonna be really brief with my story. When I met Alex, it was a really cool experience because he was not in a paper of, I have the power as a councilman. He was always like a friend, like very outgoing, very nice. And so when I found out that he was going to be mayor, Assemblymember Garcia calls to the office. He was in Coachella, and he's like, Christian, I need you to go to this presentation. Funny story, because when I get here to the chambers last year on that day, when he was going to be sworn as mayor, and I happened to be presenting to Councilmember Jackson, last thing I know is that the assembly member is sitting next to me, right? And I didn't even know about it. And he was telling me about how Jason Jackson did an excellent job, but also Alex Cardenas had great potential to do better things for the office, for the.
He's in the room. Christian, he's right here.
I'm here, I'm here.
For the, no, I know.
And I can hear you and everything.
Bigger and better. Can the community spectrum kind of like cut that off of the how to do, good and all that stuff? That's what I meant. I didn't mean to. I'm sorry, Jason. We had a conversation already.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later. Well, as I was saying, we were really proud of you. And at every ribbon cutting that I was, the mayor was there. And if I wasn't there representing the member, he was. And I think as a representative for an elected official, I know how hard it is to be in every place because there's so many things going on. And somehow Alex always managed to be almost everywhere. So that is my story. Sorry, Jason. Congratulations. And I do want to read this one on behalf of the California Legislature, and it reads, on behalf of the 56th California State Assembly, we honor your year of distinguished service to the city of El Centro. This certificate is an honor of your esteemed efforts, and during this time, you have played a pivotal role in our city and community. Thank you for your contributions. Congratulations and best wishes. Dated on the 9th day of November in the city of El Centro. Congratulations, Mayor Cárdenas.
Good job, Christian.
No
That's
personal.
hilarious.
Gift card?
Okay, so when we get outside, I'll tell the rest of you my favorite Christian story, and it has to do with the Chamber of Commerce annual dinner, right? Was that like one of your shining moments? That was hilarious. Okay. So at this time, we'd ask the Chamber of Commerce to please come up.
Good evening. Cheryl, congratulations.
Thank you.
5 times, you should be used to it, right? But excited for
So should all of you.
excited for a new year. Alex, congratulations on your year. It was, I wasn't at all the events, but everywhere I was, it seemed you were there, and that your dedication and hard work really showed through, and appreciate that very much. I do have a plaque here, reads in grateful appreciation to Alex Cardenas for outstanding service to the city of El Centro's citizens and business community during his term as mayor 2016-2017, the El Centro Chamber of Commerce and Visitors Bureau. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jeff. Really appreciate our partnership with the El Centro Chamber of Commerce and looking forward to that continuing for a long time to come. At this time, we're going to open it up for remarks from outgoing Mayor Cardenas and remaining council members. Alex?
I just want to say that, it's an honor to be a part of this city. It's a great city, and it's a lot of work. But, I can't tell you how blessed I am to have a council member that's very supportive. And the respect that you have for this seat right here is amazing. The decorum of this council is top notch. And, we don't always agree. But when it comes to getting on this dais, we do agree that we need to advance policy. And so being surrounded by the wisdom of the folks that are on this council is amazing. And you have truly given me a life experience that I'll never forget, not only to me, but to my family. But it has been a truly, truly honor to be a part of this body. You guys are amazing. To our staff, just incredible. We got incredible department heads, our chiefs, Marcella as our interim manager, our city attorney, just amazing, amazing talent when it comes to our city. And again, this is not an individual effort. This is a team effort with a lot of passion. So I do want to thank our council members, and our community. Thank you for holding us accountable. Whether it's Facebook, whether it's public comment, we read everything. We take all of that to heart. And, everything that you write, everything that you share, it weighs heavily on our heart, and we take it so personally, whether it's homeless issue, whether it's public safety, you know, whether it's, you know, any items. Guys, it's just, we try to do what's best when it comes to our community. And again, these folks right here are amazing. Councilmember Jackson, your passion for our veterans, everything that you've done. I mean, he really just set this up very, very nicely for my year. Councilmember Silva, his just passion with cross-border relationships, pioneering all kinds of different treaties and ordinances, just truly, truly amazing. Edgar Garcia, when it comes to our business community, downtown, just amazing work that he does. You know, we were lucky because we even get Miss Marcella, Councilmember Fedin's wife, who just does so much. Thank you for giving us a great year. Mayor Pro Tem Vegas Walker, I mean, to have a 5-time Mayor Pro Tem right behind you, helping you, leading you, answering your calls, returning your emails, giving you guidance, wisdom, and all of this is amazing. So, guys, I hope I didn't let you down. I hope our community's in a better place. I poured my heart out, you know, to this, and so, excuse me. I do want to thank you so much for this opportunity. Gotta thank my wife. Sorry. But you guys didn't know this, but you had a co-mayor right behind me. And that's Mr. Chuck Fisher. If you can please stand Mr. Chuck Fisher, if you can please stand up. He read all my agendas. And then, you know, to my wife, thank you. Just for helping me, and I think I wore out my City of El Centro shirts. They're all a different color now because they've been washed so many times. But with that, you guys are amazing. I'm going to close this out. Thank you again for everything, and turn it over to our 5-time mayor. Thank you.
Well, thank you. So at this time, we'll have each of the council members say nice things about our
You don't have to
outgoing
make it.
mayor. Christian has left the room, right? So, okay. So, Jason, you can go ahead and get started.
You want me to lead out? You know, I think, I'm glad you cried too, so I wasn't the only one. You know, it's fun because it is really emotional because we put all of our effort into, you know, doing a good job for our citizens, and so it is tough sometimes. And I think Alex has done a tremendous job with keeping a level of passion. And you know, when he got elected to this council, that's one of the things he brought with him to this body was a tremendous passion for doing good for the city. And so I think that showed during this last year. You know, there was times where, like you said, we all don't agree. And we're all very passionate. All 5 of us are very passionate, but we're very professional, and I think that says a lot about this council, but also shows a lot about the leadership too. And when we rotate through and we're tasked with being the mayor and kind of the quarterback of the team, and we have a really good team up here, I think it's sometimes difficult to keep all that passion in one room, but because we all are very passionate. But we are all very passionate to move this city forward and to do great things. And I think, Alex, you did a great job with quarterbacking this team over the last year and maintaining a level of passion that really, you know, it crescendoed with this donation today. And we're looking for good things for you and continued time on this council and moving us forward. And with Cheryl taking the reins, I think we're in good hands, and we've got so much potential for the city, and the groundwork's been laid. And I know Cheryl put a lot of pressure on you when you got sworn in, not to screw it up. But I think you did a pretty good job without screwing it up. So congratulations on your year, and we look forward for another good year.
Thank you.
Rain.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. So, like Mr. Jackson said, I think, well, first of all, let me start by thanking the entire council for another productive year, another really good year for the city of El Centro. And, you know, I'll just want to echo the comments that were made, because we are very passionate people, and sometimes I feel like people don't have the appreciation for the work that is done, and the stress and the discussions and very difficult decisions that we have to make. And in most cases, those decisions will make some people happy and so other people unhappy. But yet, we have to focus on what we believe is the best, in the best interest of the city. I remember Alex telling me that he had a much better appreciation for those of us that have been mayors, because it is a lot of work. And I want to also echo what was said before, that Alex somehow managed to make it to just about every event, every time that he was called to represent the city of El Centro. He was there. He always did it with passion. He always did it with pride, and that pride reflected. And you know, he always seems to be in a good mood also, and we all appreciated that. So Alex, really want to say thank you for an outstanding year, an outstanding mayorship, and you did a really good job, and I appreciate that. And you always were very supportive of all of us, and try to build consensus and try to build, you know, a stronger partnership, and I appreciated that from you. So thank you very much. And to Cheryl, you know, I know that the train is just going to keep moving with your leadership, and you know what you're doing. You're doing it. This is your fifth time doing it, and I always appreciate that too. Your wisdom, your experience, your way of analyzing things, your how you articulate your thoughts has always been very, very impressive, and something that I truly appreciate. Okay.
Mr. Garcia.
Well, first of all, I'd like to start off by saying, as the newest council member on the dais, that I have to basically say that I have the utmost respect for the passion and amount of care that my colleagues show to the city and to all the constituents. That has resonated in me since I came up here and actually saw how the inner workings of the council happened. It's easy to campaign compared to seeing how things actually are run. But getting back to why we're here today, I've known Alex for several years now, before I even got on the council, and the thing that resonated in me with him is that he is all heart, and everything that he does, he puts all of his heart into it. And he cares deeply about his community. He cares deeply about his constituents, about his friends, because he sees them not only as just people who go out there and elect officials, but as family. He deals with all the phone calls. He deals with all the people coming into his office, because he is very accessible to the public based off of what he does professionally. And the amount of care that he shows in his day job, even though this is a full-time job, but the amount of care in what he does for a living really resonates into how much he cares about what he does for the city. And the fact of the matter is that he's always accessible. You can reach him anytime, and he's always open to speak to any member of the public regarding any issues that they're finding at this time. Now, I'm still getting the hang of this whole reorganization thing, so I don't know if it's customary to get a gift for the outgoing mayor, but no, Alex, I did not buy you anything. Oh. But I did get something for your wife, because as I know, when you have a wife that's going through the same things that you are, dealing with the stress, dealing with the unavailability, the phone calls, the meetings, and just how active you are in the community, it definitely takes a team. So I'd like to present some flowers to your wife for all the hard work that she's done.
Was that because you knew he might forget again?
I'm looking forward to a very productive trip to the National League of Cities with you coming up this week.
Oh, yes.
And knowing that the city is going to be in great hands with our very seasoned, multiple-time mayor. You're like a rock star. You've done this 5 times. We got to get you a belt with stars on it now. We're looking forward to a great year.
Well said. Thank you.
I also got you flowers as well.
Oh, Steve. Oh, thank you.
Is your husband?
Steve, I didn't get you anything either. If you're lucky, you might get a hat out of it.
Well, they say when you're the only person standing between people and food and alcohol, you better be brief. So, I too want to thank Alex Cardenas for an outstanding year and his gracious leadership. We have truly been blessed to have a mayor who is kind, polite, courteous, honest, and an all-around exceptional person. And I think that gracious leadership is truly a gift. And Alex, we are so thankful for the year that we had you as mayor, because we saw and continue to see a lot of turmoil elsewhere, but here you guided El Centro on an exciting path forward. I want to thank all of you for being here. It means the world to me to be surrounded by all of you. Tell Steve all the time, the two things that you can never, ever replace are time and people. And I do really cherish each and every one of you that are here, as well as my colleagues. Our employees, we could not ask for a more amazing team of employees, and I just want all of us to acknowledge and give a round of applause to City of El Centro employees. Hey, and with that said, I want all of you to fasten your seatbelts because it's going to be an amazing year. So for the last several weeks, the City of El Centro has broken up into teams so that we can get busy with our Measure P projects. Measure P, we had our champion cheerleader here, Mr. Jason Jackson, Councilmember Jackson. And we are grateful for the funding that Measure P provides to us because it will be a game changer for the City of El Centro. This is an unprecedented amount of money that the City of El Centro has for capital projects. Measure P will fund projects on a collective scale that we have never seen before in the City of El Centro. The projects include a new police station, our new library. Plans are also being developed to improve our parks, enhance our animal shelter, resurface our city-owned parking lots, our roads, our sidewalks, additional lighting, and other projects for downtown. We're also going to upgrade our entire IT infrastructure to create a sustainable and secure IT environment. And that's just the Measure P projects. We are also finally going to see the opening of our aquatic center. Long overdue. So a priority for this coming year is going to make sure that those projects come to fruition, that they come in on time, on budget, and that we are, Mr. David Tyler, as you remind us, very frugal in our approach and making sure that we're getting the best bang for our buck with those taxpayer dollars. Second priority for this council will be to engage you, to engage our community, and in two very specific ways. We want there to be opportunities for you to be heard, and we also want to provide those opportunities for you to be of service to your community. So I think there really is a desire in everyone's heart to give back for what they have, and we're going to make those opportunities available to you. I'm looking for support from Councilmember Silva, as this will be building upon the city's 2050 Strategic Visioning Initiative that was championed during his term as mayor. So this coming year, we will be holding community forums on specific topics that are really, really of interest and of concern in this community, including homelessness and the development of our workforce. And as members of two very fine service clubs here in El Centro, Rotary and Kiwanis, I'm going to be looking to Councilmember Jackson and our outgoing Mayor Cardenas, as well as Mayor Pro Tem Garcia, on our days of service. We want to kick that off to promote and support opportunities to volunteer for El Centro, starting with a day of service in January. So that's preview of coming attractions. There'll be both inside and outside opportunities for people to volunteer. Third priority. So we've got the Measure P projects. We've got opportunities for enhanced communication and opportunities for service. Third priority, folks, has got to be citywide beautification. When we talk about the difficulties of being here as your elected city council members, one of the things we struggle with is where does our obligation start and stop, and where does your obligation start and stop? And I think of it this way. If every single person in the city of El Centro took care of their own property, what would that look like? Right? It's not the city's obligation to come and mow your lawn and pick up your trash and clean over your graffiti. It's certainly our obligation to keep our city property in that condition. But if every single person in this community took personal accountability and personal responsibility, think about how beautiful this community could be. This is a call for action, folks. We as property owners, and I'm including myself in that, we need to make sure that our properties are free of dead trees, of trash, graffiti. And we're going to make sure that you understand that the tools that are available from the city to assist with that. And some of the resources that we do have the ability for everyone to report code enforcement issues. You can do it online. You can report graffiti abatement issues. How many of you know that there's a free bulk pickup? Our trash company will come to your home, CR&R will come to your home twice a year to pick up for free anything you want to get rid of. Except for your husband, I tried it, didn't work. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. You know what, I'm gonna pause for just a minute because truly, Steve and I have been together for almost 40 years. That in and of itself deserves a standing ovation because who could have put up with me for that long? I saw that, Joan Tyler, thank you. Okay, but here's something new that we want to add as an opportunity for the citizens of El Centro. What we need to do is get rid of all these dead and dying trees that we have, right? And so what the city, I've asked city staff to help us develop a program that residents can call in, say, hey, I've got a dead tree, I want to get on the list with the contractor to come in, get that tree removed, get it trimmed, whatever needs to be done. We're also going to explore whether or not there's an opportunity for some kind of a short-term loan fund to have that happen. So, just to recap, I guess I should have gone into teaching at some point in time, right? Okay, so we've got our Measure P capital projects, we've got the community service communications, we've got our citywide beautification. Okay. And this is the last priority that I want to cover with you. And this is something that would be free, okay? Our motto in the city of El Centro is shining with opportunity. That's our city motto, shining with opportunity. But what if we could add to that, shining with opportunity and glowing with gratitude? And I'm really so fortunate to have our pastors here, Jerry Godsey, and of course I was gonna, Jeremiah, Vic. Sorry, Vic.
And Steve Walker.
And Steve Walker. I mean, I'm looking right at you. So anyway, so at church on Sunday, we made the observation, pastors made the observation that wouldn't it be wonderful if Thanksgiving was more than just a season? I mean, think about that. If Thanksgiving was more than just a season. Now, we all paused for a minute because we didn't know if that meant they wanted that kind of a meal more frequently than, yeah, Jerry says yes. But think about that. The living a life of gratitude, and I know Pastor Ron and Sarah, we've talked about this as well. Just that, what a difference that makes in your approach to life when you go through life being thankful for so many things that sometimes we take for granted, right? I'm thankful for a lot of things. I'm thankful that I get up in the morning and I can turn on the water and I get fresh water. I'm thankful that I have a bed to sleep in. I'm thankful I can open my refrigerator and have food there. I'm thankful for a husband that has stood by me through a lot of really interesting times. I'm thankful for all of you. I'm thankful for the friends I have, for the family I have, the good health. I'm thankful for the opportunity to serve with these amazing, amazing men who guide this city, who are your leadership team. I'm thankful for the opportunity to serve as your mayor for this coming year, and I hope I don't let you down. Thank you all again for being here. With that, we are adjourned, and please come out and enjoy beverages and food and good company. Thank you all again.
Yeah.